I'm looking quite smart today because today is part 2 of goal setting for 2024, but we're taking a minor detour because we're going to fix my budget. After we bought the house, I haven't budgeted at all. I haven't tracked my expenses at all for the rest of the year. So now it's time to figure out exactly what my expenses are. I did a video last year actually in 2022, December 9th, I'll link it above, but I did a whole video about end of year financial checklists that you want to go through. And the very first thing I talked about is to audit your bank account and reset your budget. I think now is a really good time to do it. For me, 2024 is going to be a better year. Please, God, please. I mean, once the year of the rabbit ends, it'll be a good year, so after February. As I am cleaning out my closet, as I am goal setting for 2024, auditing my budget and figuring out exactly what my expenses are, because obviously with the house and with this apartment, things are changing. I think now is a good time to do it. I think this is going to be my very first proper budget video in over a year. This is the Master Plan Budget Physical Planner. This is the planner I built that helped me get out of debt. And it has also helped thousands of other people get out of hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt as well. So this is a planner I'm really proud of. If you like a weekly planner and a budget planner in one, this is the only one on the market. That's good. Again, I'm not doing like an actual budget. If you're new to budgeting, I have a ton of beginner budget videos. I'll link them in the cards. I'll quickly go through the steps, but I'm just gonna do this for expenses because I cannot tell you, I like literally don't know what I'm spending on anymore. So really quickly, let's go through, since we haven't done one of these budget videos in a long time, this is kind of exciting, y'all, kind of reminiscent. I'm wearing my glasses. These also are from Warby Parker. I decided to bring them out of their box. Wow, I really do see a little bit better. Oh God, I didn't realize how blurry that was. Let's quickly go through the steps of how to build a budget. Again, this is Cliff Notes version of how to build a budget. Step 1, collect all your bank statements. All of them. Your bank statements, your investment statements, your mortgage, basically anything that has money going in and or out of, you want to collect it. Put it all in a little pretty pile or open up your computer and just have it all there. If you're new to budgeting, this is going to be the worst part of the process because it's just like such a reality check when you actually go through line by line what you're spending. It's heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking moment. Step 2, once you figure out your expenses, is you're gonna go line by line and figure out what your income is and what your expenses are, how much you are spending. If you have a regular 9 to 5, figuring out your income should be easy because you probably get paid twice a month. If you are a freelancer like me, your income will be a little bit more difficult to track because not only do we get paid inconsistently, but the numbers we get paid are probably not the same. When you figure out your income and expenses, you're gonna build one income category where you list out all your incomes, your main job, your side hustle. For us, we've been peer spacing our first floor and it has been pretty good for us. It has definitely helped alleviate the stress of having a mortgage and a rent. This is gonna be the fun, easy part, how much you make. The hard part is gonna be your expense category. Within your expense category, you're gonna have little mini categories, which should include your mortgage rent, your utilities, dog payments, your insurances, debt minimum payments, food, takeout, entertainment, beauty. Just remember that your categories may be different from my categories, so it's all really dependent on what you spend your money on. Again, a more in-depth explanation of that is going to be in the cards. The next step is to total your income, total your expenses for the month, and then subtract your expenses from your income, and then hopefully you have money left over. When you have money left over, that then will go towards your emergency fund, paying off your debt, saving up for other financial goals, maybe like saving up for a car, for a wedding, for a house. If your expenses are more than your income, then you're gonna have to come to Jesus moment, because you're not only gonna have to make more money somehow, whether that means asking for a raise, getting more hours, getting a second job. I say that And it might sound easy. I know it's not easy, but that's just the reality of the situation. And then you're also going to have to cut expenses. That'll probably be the easier part because maybe you actually don't need a HBO, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime account for your streaming services. And then step 4, the final step, is to start tracking your budget. You can do this via an app. You can use an Excel spreadsheet, which Master Plan is actually going to be selling very soon. We are 99% done. I'm very excited. Or for me, I track my expenses in my planner. And then that just keeps you responsible for your money. Okay, so that again is the Cliff Notes version of budgeting basics for beginners. If you want to see an entire video, click the link. But now let's go through my expenses for the month and figure this out. My income and my expenses are very much different from when I was in debt, right? So I make more money now. I have more expenses. So these numbers might not be realistic to you, but these are my real numbers. I don't shy away from sharing my real numbers with you all, but just know that. Please, 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 please just know that. If you want to see me struggle financially, check out some of my earlier budget videos. They're golden and they're all in a YouTube playlist for you to look at. But we're past that time now. We're grown up a little bit and we make more money now. Okay, so I actually feel this video might go pretty quickly because I've already done all the dirty work this morning. It took me about an hour and a half. Wow, right now we are on the debt overview page. So here we are, debt name is mortgage. Fun. Balance. Now, something like this, again, whether it's a mortgage, a car loan, a credit card, student loans, go through your statements and figure out what your balance is right now. And every time you look up your debt statements, it should have all of the information in there. So I know while we're waiting for that to load, our minimum payment for the mortgage is $31.50. Because we actually did find tenants, yay, but they are paying $2,600. So that's coming out of pocket. But I think we could easily add between the two of us an extra $500. So then we would be contributing $1,000 total, or $1,000 extra. But balance is $377,948.60, and then our interest rate, which might give you guys some of you a heart attack, is 6.49%. Next year, we'll probably refinance for a lower interest rate, so we'll look forward to that. But as of right now, that is all of our debt information. Peer spacing our space has definitely been helpful. We get at least $1,000 a month from peer spacing, so adding more to the mortgage or other financial goals will be easy, quote unquote. Let's figure out this monthly budget for 2024. We have mortgage and we have rent. That one hurts. We have utilities. Rent includes a lot of utilities. Now we have health insurance, which is another issue that I had this year because my health insurance with Oscar is being canceled because they no longer can afford offering health insurance in California, apparently. So I had to find new health insurance, which was a bummer because I really do like my doctor. And then we have car insurance. And then pet insurance, again, another issue for this year. Nationwide increased our premium by $7,000. So we canceled them. We're not gonna have pet insurance for a little bit. So fingers crossed, I guess. And then we have, speaking of pets insurance, we have dogs, we have food. I normally group my food into both grocery and takeout or dining out or Postmates or whatever. If you want to have separate categories from groceries and Postmates and dining out, you're more than welcome to do that. And then I have personal, clothes, because again, we're going to start upgrading our closet. I'm adding a category called health, which is different from health insurance because this will include like my gym membership and the vitamins that I order every month. car charge, parking and Lyft, because everywhere you go in LA, you gotta pay for parking. My SEP, which I've never done a video on a SEP, but maybe I should, because I feel like it's an underrated retirement tool for a lot of us. Brokerage, I'm gonna add extra mortgage payment. So mortgage, what did I say we pay? $31.50. Well, I guess technically we only pay $5.50 because of the tenants right now. Rent is $4,100, I believe, $4,150, but Brian and I split that. So my portion of the rent is $2,079. On a good month, we're able to cover half of our rent too with PeerSpace. So AT&T is $80. So health insurance, I talked to a health insurance broker, and I have been for the past couple of years, and they're very helpful. From my understanding, I don't know if it's just my experience, but they've been free for their services. I'm sure they get paid some other way, but I have decided to go the save money route. Car insurance, fun story about car insurance is 36457. I actually called them this morning. Brian has Allstate. And it actually is very good because, as you know, Brian and I both got into car accidents separately. His was in LA, mine was in Houston. Again, it's been a rough year. But I actually called Allstate this morning to make sure that my name was on the plan, which it wasn't. However, I thought that they would charge us more to put my name on it, but they actually saved me about $45 a month. Brian's payment for car insurance just by himself was $409, but now with my name on it, it was lowered to $364. I asked the lady why, and she said maybe it was like a marriage status thing, so I don't know, a bonus if you're married, check to put you guys on the same car insurance plan, I guess. But yeah, that was a nice surprise today. Now for the dogs, we spend about $500 a month. I'm like being super generous on that. I think I could probably do $400 a month, but I would rather go up and then cut later. But that includes their food and their treats and occasional doggy daycare when we have long bookings at PeerSpace, but since we're not taking them to doggy daycare for a little bit. Now, I'm gonna put my food budget here, and just remember, you guys might get mad at me, but my food budget has always been this much, and I don't really know why, but $800 a month. Don't yell at me, I know. But I actually figured out, I was talking to my girlfriend Amanda, she randomly, casually told me that she spends about $70 a week on groceries. And she lives with her boyfriend, so it's for 2 people. I'm like, literally, how are you spending that little on groceries? For me, that's little, obviously. And she says that she meal plans, and while she meal plans, she buys groceries on like Ralphs.com or WholeFoods.com and pays for it, and then just goes and picks it up. So you can go to Ralphs.com, fill out your cart, tell them when you want to pick up your groceries, and then literally just go the next day or go later that day and pick up your groceries, and you do not have to step foot in the grocery store. And I think I'm going to start trying that, because I think that's my problem, is when I go to the grocery store, I just dilly-dally around and go, ooh, chips, I want that. Ooh, this, I want that. Ooh, this, I want that. And it just is unnecessary. So she said she does that, and she meal preps for only 5 days, and then they eat out on the weekends. But also, I do also have to say that they have corporate jobs where they also get lunch at work. Brian and I don't have that. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm really hopeful. I'm not actually hopeful at all, but I want to try to cut my food budget down, but you know, it is what it is. Clothes, I'm just gonna give myself a budget of $250 a month. I feel like that's fairly reasonable to redo a wardrobe and to make it like a slow process, not all at once. Let's change personal to beauty. Yeah, let's do beauty, and then let's do miscellaneous. And let's just add $200 to that. That could be for anything. And then beauty is, let's see, $315. Health, again, includes my vitamins and my gym membership, so that'll be $200. Car charging is going to be $100. Parking and Lyft is going to be $100. SEP, I like to contribute $1,000 a month into my SEP. I have a brokerage account with Vanguard that I like to contribute $500 a month into. And then the extra mortgage payment, I want to be $500. Actually, this is also wrong because Brian and I will split that. So around $300 for the mortgage. Okay, so those are all my expenses. My total expenses a month are $7,552.72. And again, this is alleviated significantly by our Peerspace payouts too. But I was gonna say, I always put aside 30% for taxes into a high yield savings account, no matter what. So whatever, when I go to my CPA and he gives me all the beautiful deductions and expenses and all that stuff, and normally I will have saved more than I actually have to pay in taxes, and anything that I have saved more in my tax account, I actually throw into my SEP. So while I actively save $12,000 a year into my SEP, which is a self-employed pension, I always hope to be able to contribute more at the end of, or more before paying my taxes, to increase my SEP contributions for the year a little bit more. Okay, I am exhausted. I really do feel like I can cut food knowing the way my girlfriend does, but ultimately I think that for my income, everything is pretty reasonable. Again, this is just my expenses. I'm not doing my income because I already know it. So basically, I do make more than my expenses, thankfully, and anything else that I make will go to my other financial goals. My financial goals video is part 4 of this whole goal setting series, and you'll see what they are for my slow girl era. My financial goals are actually significantly pared back than they have been previously. And I'm actually looking forward to it. But you'll see those goals in a few videos. That is my monthly budget for 2024 so far. Again, your monthly budget can change depending on what you have going on. But you see, there's no tears. Even though it was a little painful, I feel better knowing what is expected of me than not knowing and just like aimlessly going through life like I have been for this past year. I'm Asia Dang. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's bringing back old Asia YouTube vibes, isn't it? Also, if you want me to do an updated beginner budget video, because the last time I did it, I think was in 2018. So could be overdue, but also let me know. I'm Asia Dang, this is Lukey, and thank you so much for watching this video. Again, this is your reminder. If you haven't already started to plan your goals for 2024, it is time. It's not too late, but we are starting to run out of time. It's better to do these goals. It's better to plan goals when you're not feeling rushed. So I would start now. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.